is Quarter. I'm Patty Diana, and today I have Isaiah, the Puerto Rican Pretty Boy Quinones, here with me. Welcome back to the Petty Corner.
What up, dog?
Last we saw you here at the Petty Corner, it was before your last match. Unfortunately, it didn't go your way. But what do you think went wrong, and what could you have done better?
Um, I mean, obviously I messed up on that first hit. I fucked up. I went a little too high. I was anticipating the move he did last time, and I just hit him a little too high. So I mean, I lost that fight, and I can't blame anybody else but myself. I'm not gonna sit here and blame the refs and cry and say the refs called it so early. I mean, the refs called it at 4. Like as soon as I got up, it's like they called it, but I'm not gonna cry about it. It's just time to move on and just fucking come back better and knock his ass out.
It almost looked like to me like the complete opposite of your match the first time. So like he tried to get up too quick, and then it looked like you tried to get up too quick.
That's all it
Um,
was. That's all it was. I was pissed off at myself for fucking up that first hit. And in the moment you don't think about it. You're just ready to get back up and just go do it. And I got up and I was like, I thought I was fine, but of course they were like, oh no, that's it. I was like, okay, bro, like I'm still good. Like you didn't even give me a full 8 count, but that's all right. Like I said, I'm just gonna come back and just come back even harder.
some people have like the discussion like why do you get up too quick and all that kind of stuff. But is it just because like when you get hit, sometimes it just like I don't know takes you like somewhere that you don't really realize what's going on, that you just
It's
try to
just
hop up too quick?
no, it was the heat of the moment. I think the fact that I hit him first. And I was like, I was thinking about that. I was like, man, like I fucked up. Like I was in my head already. And I was like, damn, I'm an idiot. Like I messed up. I'm everybody knows me. I have one of the cleanest slaps in the whole power slap. I'm always right on point. I'm always on the button. I'm always on the target. And I think me messing up like that, I just got in my head. I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't even thinking about like, okay, if I get knocked down, let me just take a knee or this or that. It was just like I just wanted to get in there and just go back and go hit him again.
When when they took a little bit more time in between the rounds, the doctor came and checked him out and everything. Were you concerned that it was going to get stopped right there?
Yeah, I was a little concerned because obviously I didn't want it to stop like that. I mean, obviously they didn't call a club or anything on me, but I know there's some controversy on what happened with that, and all that I was told whenever I hit him, all that I was told was, that wasn't my fault. That's why the ref came up to me. He was like, "Hey, that wasn't your fault." Like, he when he clenched, he went down a little. Didn't say it was a flinch. Ref didn't say it was a flinch, but he just said, he clenched and he moved. That's why I hit him high. But again, I was anticipating him doing a different move. So when I came up, I squatted down and I came up a little too high too. So I mean his clenching and my movement just made me go a little too high. So but I was nervous they were gonna stop it, but then that's when the ref came up to me and told me like, hey, it wasn't your fault. That's why they didn't call a club. And that they were gonna let him continue. So I was like, okay. As soon as I heard that, I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, I was sitting in the stands. I was like, please don't end like this. It can't.
Yeah,
It can't.
yeah. No,
Like
that's why they came up to me.
it
They came
has
up to
to
me and
keep
told me like, oh
going.
no, he'll be fine.
But how soon would you like to come back?
Right away. Right
Right
away. I'm
away.
always ready. Yeah. I enjoyed, my couple weeks. You know, eating like shit and having, going out to nice dinners and having some family come out and visit and travel. And now I'm back on my diet and back on my weight, my weight cut. I think this time around too, I'm starting. I haven't got a call or anything yet, but it's like I'm starting way ahead of time because people don't really understand. Like it does affect you. It affects you. Like the weight cut affects you. And I was like, I mean, these guys all know I was 208 in Saudi, and then 5 weeks later was our match. So I cut, to 185 in 5 weeks. So that was freaking 23 pounds in 5 weeks I cut. And I mean, I felt good. I felt strong. Like I told everybody, I felt 100%. But your body tells you different, I guess. So I think it would have been a different outcome if I would have just been walking around like close to my weight.
Yeah. And all the traveling too makes you hold more water, so it probably makes it a little bit harder to cut weight too.
Yeah, and
Um,
I already know I know Brandon. He was already pretty close to weight. So it's like it really does. You don't think about it, but it does mess with you. It really does mess with you, and it's like I learned my lesson. Now I'm just gonna stick to it. Keep working out the way I work out. I work out hard. I work out crazy. I just don't post it like certain people do. But no, I definitely work out every single day. But now it's just like maybe I'm gonna keep my diet down and I'm gonna stay close to my weight, my fighting weight this time around, and let that change.
I love it. Okay, so Slap News just posted the middleweights and their rankings and everything a couple hours ago. And a couple people were like putting themselves up there with John Davis. What do you? I mean, oh, no, sorry, not with John Davis, with Brandon Bordeaux. So what do you think about that? Them thinking that they should get the shot again before you.
Oh, absolutely not. We all know they don't deserve the shot before. And then it's not even about being before me or anything. I mean, John Davis deserves it before any of them. You know what I mean? Those guys, they still have a lot to prove. Like if you really think about it, who have they gone against to give them an opportunity to go for the title? They've gone against each other. The only other person that has gone against somebody that's at the top was Chief against Wesley on this last one. But nobody's gone through John. Nobody's gone through me. Nobody's gone through Brandon, any of us. Right. And even Brandon knows. That's why Brandon called it right off the bat. He was like the trilogy because that makes number one sense. Obviously, all these guys are going to put their name. Darren's going to put himself. Chief is going to put himself. They all want to go for the belt. They definitely
I
have
think the Chief was one of them that didn't put himself up with it.
that I know. No, yeah, but I mean, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
obviously, but we had this conversation at the last Power Slap event. They all know what needs to happen first. I think Darren and Chief again would be awesome. But me personally is like I think, and I think a lot of us think that I deserve the trilogy against Brandon. We will be the first trilogy in history to happen in Power Slap. But after the trilogy, then those guys have opportunities to go for the belt. I think, like I said, they've gone against each other. They haven't really gone against anybody in the higher ranks yet, except for Chief. Like I said, Chief just beat Wesley. So and Wesley was what, number two or number
Yeah, he's got
three?
a number two for since like the beginning of time.
Or he was number two. That's when I beat him. I became number two, and then I beat John. So Wesley, I think, became number three, but Chief beat Wesley. So if anybody gets another opportunity, I think they give me and Brandon each other, and then I believe Wesley should get a shot. Or not Wesley, Chief. Chief should get a shot.
I could see that, but then John also. We don't need to like get into the discussion, but John, I feel like he keeps getting left out of the conversations. Like people forget, like
It's
you know,
not that. It's like John's another one that's up in the air. We don't know what his plan is personally.
yeah,
But I mean, me and John did have a conversation before my match. He was like, he would love to run it back with me again. So that's
yeah,
why he was even like, you get the trilogy, we run it back again, but
yeah.
that's why I think Chief and John on the same card as me and Brandon. That would be a good one.
Yeah, number one contender. Um, there's so many ways that they can go about it, and it's such exciting things. But then also, usually this is the time that they start filming Road to the Title. So I think it could be really exciting to have you and Brandon as the coaches. I mean, it would put your match off till probably like October, but it gives other titles to be in place in any upcoming matches. But that can be another exciting storyline leading up to the trilogy.
No, I would love to. That would be awesome. Me and Brandon talked about that since day one. Like, I mean, yeah, we finally got a rivalry going where it makes sense to actually have two coaches against each other now. Since KO Chris and Manny. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do the road to the title. We don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do now.
Yeah. What is your and Brandon's relationship like today? Because your first match, you guys were friendly. Second one, you guys had a lot of tension. Do you feel like you guys kind of resolved that tension, or is it like built up more?
No, we still have same beef. We have the same beef. Yeah, we're respectful. Like I said, told you on the last one, we're respectful to each other, but we got beef. We both are trying to outshine each other. We're both trying to knock each other out, and we're both trying to prove why we're the top. I mean, now neither of us could be like, you know, it's me, it's me, it's me. I mean, now it's like we both beat each other. So now what?
Yeah. Okay, so I asked him this too, but he owed you a pair of shoes. Did you guys have a second bet for the second match?
I told him he owed me a pair of shoes. I was like, "Come on, bro." I was like, "Give me the pair of shoes," but he told me double or nothing. So now we're even.
So no one's got a new pair of kicks.
No one's got a new pair of kicks, but I'm retiring my Travis Scotts. I was doing so well with those. Now, he beat me. Now it's time to get rid of them, and I have plans for my next set of shoes.
So the trilogy's got to be like a pair of designers or something then.
I never know. I might surprise everybody.
You were in Mexico recently at Travis Pastrana's Nitro Cross, and we saw you doing a little chest chop, smacking on the chest. How was Nitro Cross? Wait, is it Cross or Circus?
Nitro Circus.
Circus.
Nitro
How's
Circus,
that?
yeah.
'Cause I've never been to that.
I mean, it was super cool. I mean, I grew up riding dirt bikes and racing dirt bikes too when I was younger. I never got, into it like that. But I mean, when I was younger, every kid wants a dirt bike or something like that, right? I used to go to supercrosses when I was younger too. And I guess my mom came out and visited me and she was like, "Oh yeah, we have a picture with you and Travis Pastrana when you were a kid." I was like, "What the hell?" So you gotta send it to me. I'm gonna text it to Travis and be like, "Here you go, bro, look." But no, it was super fun. I mean, all the guys there are crazy. Everybody's super nice. It's wild. They all are, I mean, men and women both. They're doing these crazy, insane tricks, and I'm like, man, like that's a trip. And it's funny because like I'm over there telling them like, man, I don't know how the fuck you guys do this. You guys are crazy. And then they're like, bro, us like you're the one that's fucking crazy. Like we would never fucking slap somebody in the face. I'm like, so it's crazy to see like those different sports and how what people think of us and what we think of them. It's like they think the same thing about us. So it's pretty cool.
I think you guys are all crazy, but I'm I just sit here. I don't do no crazy shit.
Yeah, no, I
um,
was I was just laughing because like, oh, we got all these crybabies talking so much shit on the comments and this and that. I'm like, bro, like you guys have no clue. Everybody's bringing up the stupid fucking chest chop bullshit. I'm like, first of all, that's a dumb sport. Like, who want like, yeah, let's hit each other in the chest where you could freaking you can go into cardiac arrest because of that. That's what they don't know. But Travis Pastrana it had nothing to do. Everybody's like, oh, there goes Power Slap stealing from, another whatever, blah, blah, blah. Had nothing to do with Power Slap. I wasn't even out there with Power Slap. I was out there with Nitro Circus as a Power Slap, fighter. And if you go back in the day and look at Travis Pastrana used to hit all his boys in the chest. Like that was their bet. Like if you look at early 2000s Nitro Circus on MTV and all that, they used to bet each other if they don't land the trick or something, they hit each other in the chest. Like he's done that so many times. And I was like, what are all these people talking shit for? They have no clue. And people just running their mouths online.
yeah, I think it's because the chest chops like literally just launched like
Yeah,
a couple
it
days
did.
before that.
It did.
But did you go 100% on him?
I gave him about 80%. He's like, I'm done. He's like, I'm done. I was like,
That's
it's
so
Travis Pastrana, and I was like, I don't want to be the one that hurts him.
awesome. Yeah, that's scary because like we saw with Damar Hamlin in football in the NFL, like he got hit right in the chest in the right spot and his heart stopped. So
Yeah,
that is scary. That
yeah,
kind
that's
of
what I'm saying. I'm like,
impact.
and that's why I laughed. I was like, everybody talking shit, like, oh, Dana White's stealing from PLN and Power Slap is bullshit. Like, it had nothing to do with Power Slap. Like, if you guys know your history, that's the problem though. That's when people don't really know their shit and they just talk out of their ass. Is if you know your history, you go and look. Like I said, old school Travis Pastrana. Travis Pastrana was doing this with his friends before any of us even knew to slap people in the face. It was like they were doing this way back in the day as like between friends. I'm like, you guys are weirdos.
um, they are doing like these training camps now. At the PI or the Apex, one of those.
Yep.
And we did see one at the last event, and I think it was very helpful for the new people to come in because there was way less fouls around this time. And Frank did say that they wanted to start doing them bi-monthly. Are you open to like being a coach there? It seems like they've called champs for the first one.
Yeah.
You're a former
I
champ,
mean,
so
they actually at Power Slap 12, they told me that that's what they were doing, that they wanted me as a coach. So it just depends on what round they want me to coach it. So they're gonna pretty much rotate a bunch of people, and they already told me they wanted me as a coach. It's just whenever they bring me.
Well, that's exciting. Do you have anything else that's exciting that's coming up that
No,
your
I'm
fans
just
look forward
waiting.
to?
I mean, I did the power slap. I did the power slap Nitro Circus thing in Mexico. I have another event I'm going to do for power slap up in up in Bakersfield. They got SLS coming out here, so of course I'm going to go out to that in Santa Monica. But other than that, just training, busting my ass, and like I said, I'm gonna be right on weight the whole time because I don't want to worry about that weight cut, and it's gonna make me a whole different person. People are gonna see and they're gonna be like, "Oh shit!" Like, all right,
Do you ever see yourself going back to 205 so you don't have
yeah,
to make that weight cut?
oh yeah, absolutely. I'll go back to 205. I had a conversation with Frank actually at dinner the night before Power Slap, or night before weigh-ins. I told him I was like, "Hey, I was like, this is my plan." I was like, "I plan on winning the belt, keeping the belt, and going through middleweight and eventually going back to light heavyweight and going against Russell because obviously I got to get a rematch with Russell." So we
Yeah,
had
both
that
divisions are so
conversation in
exciting right now.
Saudi.
Yeah, both of the divisions are really exciting right now. You kind of got a feel for Russell because he's like had a couple matches fall out on him, so he's just sitting on the sidelines, just collecting dust. But hopefully, we
He's
get to see him
coming.
back
He's coming
soon.
back. We already know he's coming back. I think if there's well, I mean I know they're smart, but if it makes any sense, they're gonna put Russell and Wolverine.
Yeah, they
He
should because
deserves
he,
it.
he went in as the backup. So
Yeah, he deserves it. So it's time.
yeah. Well, and then if Wolverine does stay retired, then maybe it should be like Vern and Russell or Russell and Luke.
I don't think it'll be. I don't know. But I think I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard one to say.
We'll never know.
I know that's a hard one to say. But no matter what, I think Russell deserves a shot.
For sure. For sure. He's an OG. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you back on the stage. This rivalry, I'm always here for it, like that you and Brandon got going on. So I'm looking forward to once it finally gets settled and all that.
I know. I can't wait. We'll see when they give us the call. I know they'll do it. It's just about when.
Yes. And for those of you watching at home, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that good shit, and stay petty, bitches.